bloodstone, as powerful as it is sinister.
Crawling like a rat here.
Dear Starstone Commanders, I do apologize for the state your homestead is currently in. It's like a zoo in here, or worse, an emporium. That's right. These red little blighters appeared as out of nowhere when another one of the portals became active. God 7 or 700. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's imps. I know, but really, they're zany, they're exasperating, they're unpredictable, and they have about as much use for history as a professional clairvoyant has. Band of? Why, I'm not one of them! Not one of those exiles that were slaves to demons and their own inadequacies. But talk to them if you must hear their history. I haven't the stomach for the vagaries of my own species. No, what I need is the sound of a symphony, a whiff and a swig of old tasty wine, and above all, a shelter away from imps.
Oh my word! Oh my heavens! A source hunter! Careful, I'm losing my breath. Too much air. Oh! Phew! Right you are, of course, Source Hunter. But I've a propensity for hyperventilation whenever I'm faced with my ultimate heroes. I've heard that without you, all of Rivellon would be flying fast forward towards its doom.
Stashed inside. You know what are great? Jokes. Oh, I could tell a joke or two. Free on a good day.
No need for shoving now. There's enough of the imp of the year to go around.
And the impish
Think I
seem to
could
get
fly
along just
straight
fine.
to the void?
Look at them.
I think I
Gleeful
could
as
fly
can
straight
be.
to the void.
Some would admire their childlike
the way
wonder,
up.
but I detest their dewy-eyed bond.
Every year. They don't call me majestic for nothing, dear. Now, where have I left that bottle? Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Greetings, Source Hunter. I've a great many questions for you, if you've the time to answer them. Well, to start, I do quite wonder how this place came to be. A shelter plane at the end of time? Incredible! Next, I'm curious if you could tell me the exact weight of your partner. I'm guessing somewhere in the area of 24,670 raccoons, but I can't be totally certain. If you had time, I'd also like to inquire after your dear mother. How is her health these days? And that rash on her right cheek? Healed, I presume? And finally, compasses. How in the God's 7 names do they work? And so the mysteries remain.
Hi. Hello. Source Hunter. I'll tell you whatever you like, friendo. But it'll cost you. Oh, but when you give me that look, I can't help but offer you my finest deal. My love story for a simple shrunken dwarf's head. How's that for a trade? Say, did you know I can fly straight up from here to eternity? It's true. What? See? I was back before your puny human eyes even knew I was gone. Oh, don't go. Please, I'll show you a trick. Look. 1, 2, 3, and... now your name is Freddy. Amazing, isn't it?
Say, have you
I'd
seen
say
my...
hello, but I'd much rather say heaven ho. Get it? Get it? Yeah, you get it.
Listen to this one. What do you call an imp that hasn't got any eyes? An imp. And here's one for you. What do you call a selfless imp? An imp.
A bit drafty in here, isn't it? Are we near a event? I'm the imp of the year. Every year. Every year, I said.
Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Hey, that leaf doesn't belong to you, eh? You know what are great? Jokes. Oh, I could tell a joke or two. Free on a good day. A is for horses. Maybe I ought to say cheese sandwich instead. Listen to this one. What do you call an and here's an hey, that leaf.
It's a vapor. Psst. Strange. I'm zapping you just as hard as my finely tuned mental prowess allows, yet I can't seem to singe a single hair on your head. No, not violence. Zapping, explosions, bloody mist and other beautiful bits flying into high heaven. Ah, bliss!
Found any interesting treasure, Source Hunter? Anything you'd like to share? Oh, I had the most beautiful dream, Source Hunter. A great fist came down from on high, unfolded before me, and in its palm lay a beautiful golden box. Carefully, I lifted its lid, and inside were treasures of every make and kind. Maps, poems, paintings. I cradled each treasure carefully, enthralled, and oh, how I wept when I woke.
What a wonderful place this is. A lovely locale to rest my weary belly. Far better than the hellish plains we imps are used to. Yes, I think we'll stick around. Oh, with your approval, of course. What's that? We have it. Marvellous.
Free on a good day.
Well, aren't you going to leap through? Who knows what wonder awaits you?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Well, aren't you going to leap through? Who knows what wonder awaits you?
No, that hoity-toity historian thinks he's so much better than us demon thralls just because he was never actually enthralled by demons. And yet he's no more than a lackey to the gods, isn't he? What's the difference? Right you are. Grab a drink, sit you down, and lend me all the ears you have. We imps, you see, are a mixed breed of demons and some other long-forgotten race, which means we aren't as evil as the devils that begot us. But I'll be damned twice over if we aren't as clever. We hail from the realm of Nemesis, where demons have ruled supreme since, well, forever, really. Their knowledge of secrets and arcane scholarship is unparalleled. As unparalleled, in fact, as our inquisitiveness. Now, curiosity may have killed the cat, poor thing, but it enslaved us imps as well. We were blinded by the promises of knowledge the demons dangled in front of our eager faces. Yes, well, in hindsight it wasn't, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. Here's what happened. In return for our fair share of demonic knowledge, all of us imps had to sign our names in an indestructible book called the Codex, which was to be considered an oath of servitude, a contract of give and take for mutual benefit, and signed out of free will. Fools that we were, we readily agreed, and thereby signed our way into slavery. For we had to do everything the demons told us to, and they, in turn, shared very little knowledge with us indeed. Quite so. That's because one day, a particularly clever imp amongst us devised an escape plan. If we would be able to steal the Codex and disappear with it, the demons would no longer be able to lay claim on us, for without the proof of the Codex, the contract between us would be broken. One night, as the demons lay sleeping after a most sordid orgy indeed, we stole the Codex and fled from Nemesis through a rift. Ever since then, we've been on the run, for our masters swore they'd return the Codex to Nemesis so they can claim our servitude once more. So all we do is run and hide ad nauseam. Eternal fugitives are we. Right you are. Grab a drink. We imps, you see. We hate... Yes, here's what fools quite one nut. So all we do is run and hide and... It kind of got lost, to tell you the truth. That's what happens after generations of flight. Things get misplaced. And yet, wherever that bloody book may be, up until now, the demons still haven't found it. So, good news there. Only a matter of time until they do, though. Unless, of course, time ends first. Wouldn't that be a stroke of luck?
Going to leap through? Who knows what? I wonder who awaits you.
I sense an eerie presence here.
Yes, like creepy crawlies down the spine. Demons.
Here. You do not disappoint. I knew you would come this way. Room by room you encroach upon this territory, willfully torn from time. No, you do not disappoint. Something much more harmful still. You excruciate beyond all thinkable bearing. You have our thankfulness, our eternal gratitude, the acknowledgement of the void. So why do you fight us? Why do you stand against the promise of oblivion? Relent, Guardians, relent. You did your duty long, long ago. Do not undo what had to be done.
Duty. I wonder what he meant by that.
And I wonder why we had the thanks of those that long for the end of time.
Fallen stars, forgotten angels from on high. How long has it been? An age, an eon. But you've changed quite considerably, I see. Yes, the divine is but a glimmer in the farthest reaches of your gaze. Well, perhaps I can help you. One of your kind ought to be a bit stronger of arm, a bit quicker of wit after all. And we are all counting on you, sir. My autobiography will hardly serve you. What's far more relevant is what I see in you. Quite crucial, your survival, isn't it? And you do seem such a reasonable sort to boot. There's very little pleasure greater than dealing with a reasonable sort, I find. Yourself redone, of course. Your very parts and pieces reorganized into something simply better. Butcher giving you dirty looks. Beggars spitting at your feet. I can certainly help you with that. But you'll have to offer me something in return. Everything has its price, after all.
Hello?
You lot empathy is
Zap,
not.
zap, zap! No, not violence!
A bit drafty
Oh no!
here.
Oh heavens! It's happening! It's happening again! Come now! Phew!
Ah, wonderful. You're both here once more. Can you guess what's happened? Surely by now you know the signs. Or perhaps you can simply guess from how utterly giddy I am. Take a look. All your work has not been for naught. This last starstone you discovered has given the weaver just what she needed to mend another portion of the tapestry. Another tantalizing tidbit of long-lost history awaits us. Another piece of your story is ours to discover. Oh, how very thrilling.
For millennia, the God Box was flanked by the two devoted guardians. But Astarte's playmate, a creature called the Trife, turned her attention to the forbidden box. I may know a way to destroy what's inside, hissed the scheming creature. Together, we can set the Guardians free. Open its lid, Astarte, and we can have a look together. Astarte trusted her friend and assented. She pitied the Guardians and welcomed a chance to free them. Let me help you, she whispered into the ear of one. I know your duty, but you both deserve a chance at freedom. Haven't you suffered enough of this chore? She asked the other. Look, your companion is free already. The Guardians, unaccustomed to such attention, started. She had planted a seed of curiosity within them, rekindled a desire that had, for eons, lain dormant. Slowly, they glanced at one another, and the Trife's trap was sprung.
Every year, I said.
We were seduced then, tricked into neglecting our duty for the briefest of moments.
All we did was glance at one another. If that's a sin, there's not an innocent in all the world.
True enough, we seem to be quite blameless for whatever may have transpired in the aftermath.
I salute you, my master. Other elementals lie in wait until with a word you command them to action. Which one of them, pray, has your preference? And that is your final choice?
Yes, it is.
Yes, indeed. That is our final choice.
Thy will be done.
A good day.
This place is positively brimming with a surge of storm and lightning.
As good a place as any for an air elemental to set up shop.
Dearest Guardians, how I rejoice at the sight of your growth, both in power and in prowess. And yet I cannot help but wonder, will it ever be enough? Will you craft yourselves once more into the warriors that you were? Oh, in the end you are like infants still, infants that would perish with a broken wail had they not their mother's milk to suckle. But you always were like children, weren't you? As are we all in the eyes of the gods. And yet they set an impossible task before you, then blamed you when you failed. How foolish even the divines can be, how lacking in compassion.
And do feel like a child, being kept in the dark about so many things.
I guess we'll have to find more starstone and grow up.
Oh my! Hello. Forgive me, but you startled me. I guess my head was up in the clouds. Oh, me? Sorry. I was just thinking about what it would be like if humans ate with their noses instead of their mouths. Anyway, what were you asking? Oh, yes. I saw how breezy and blowy you'd made this place. I thought it'd be the perfect place to clear my head. But not to worry. I'll earn my keep. My stock of air spells will blow your socks off. Yes. Snort that spaghetti. Oh, pardon. Yes. So, you'd like to learn to gust with the best of them, would you? Have a look.
To see you on the shelter plane, like the imp said to the ballista operator. Shoot! It shall be my pleasure. How very right you are. These thoughts have been bubbling in my mind like so much drink in a still. But I believe they've finally transformed into something quite potable. From what I can gather, the following stands to reason. The generals were put in charge of the God Box, but they must have faltered. The void must have escaped, or how could it loom upon us once more? Perhaps that faltering could explain why their souls were loosed, and why those souls now reside so contentedly within you. I think he is an ancient being so very old he outstrips the gods in their longevity. I think he used to be one with the void, that he used to roam freely through a universe that knew no creation. Perhaps that is why, I conjecture, he may well regard all that is as an abomination as terrifying as we hold the void to be. Time is a transgression most contemptible in his eyes. Space, mere savagery. We know what he did. He befriended Astarte and fed her curiosity until it became so agitated with the need to know what rested in the god box that she herself, this creature of unadulterated purity, turned to deception. He longs for a return to a pre-creational state, for the death of the gods, for the nothingness in which he was born. At least, that is my highly educated guess. Most certainly. Quite. The Hall of Winds, to be more precise, where an air elemental resides. The most poetic of nature's forces, the most gentle, but when unleashed, boy, you had better hold on to your hats. Tempest and lightning, storm and shadow. She can teach you many valuable things indeed.